You guys are on time, so let's get started here. So what we're going to be talking about today are some of the listing tools that are in Leverage provided by ERA. I mean, they're just, I don't know, they've been around a long time. So I've been in with ERA for 12 years, almost 13, and they were around when I started, and they're just some pretty cool tools, that can help you. So we're talking a lot about, more these days about, we're going to have to start doing some stuff that maybe we haven't had to in the last year and a half. We're going to have to, give our sellers more than we have maybe needed to, because the market was a little crazy for a while there. So, kind of walking into a presentation or talking to a seller, what can we do to sort of stand out from maybe the next agent that's just going to walk in and, and just kind of, just chat about a few things and then expect to get the listing. So kind of think about that, value propping yourself by, just providing a little bit more, when you're meeting with a client or even a potential client. So that's kind of, think about that as we're going through these 4 tools. So I'm going to quick show you where to find them in Leverage, and then we'll go into each one of the 4 and just talk about it. And certainly, if you guys have any questions at all, please either unmute yourself or throw it in chat. Is whenever. You don't have to wait for me to stop talking to ask a question. Just unmute yourself. That way we can make sure we cover anything that someone has. So if you log into Leverage and just scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see a marketing section. So if you just hit the marketing section and scroll down through, obviously, just know that there are a lot of great tools here that will be, very helpful for you in your, really in any of the work you do, but this marketing piece is really built for sellers. So if we just scroll down, we're going to get to these pricing tools right here, and I'm just going to click pricing tools. And let me just make sure. So on this section, as always within Leverage, there's always clickable links. So what are the pricing tools? A little bit more about the pricing tools. So don't be afraid to kind of move your mouse around a little bit and test things out. But if I just scroll down a little bit, you're going to see these 4 right here. So and these are the 4 we're going to talk about: absorption rate calculator, pricing analysis grid, saleability rating, and then there's an ERA affiliated commitment to service. So those are the 4 we're doing. Well, if I scroll down a little bit further, you're going to see pricing analysis suite. And if there's a drop down, you'll see all 4 of them there. So if I just, if I even wanted to start with one of them, I could click the pricing analysis grid and then download it. So what these 3 or 4 are: the saleability rating, pricing analysis grid, and absorption rate calculator are Excel spreadsheets, and the commitment to service is a PDF. So just kind of, just so that's when you download them, that's what you're going to get. So I have these downloaded already. So I'm going to just open up and let's start with the saleability rating. I may have to stop sharing and then reshare. Sometimes Zoom doesn't jump. So can you guys see the saleability ratings spreadsheet? Anybody want to unmute quick and let me know?
No, we can't.
Not yet, Wayne.
Okay. All right. Let me stop. Thank you for letting me know. So let me stop sharing and see if this works. So hopefully you can see it now.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Matt. So, again, this is, your clients. So just think about, think about all four of these tools, or really any tool that you, oh man, I knew that was going to do that. Sorry, let me quick open that up.
Hey, Wayne, while you're figuring that out, this is John. Does anybody know, I just saw that Excel note there. Does anybody know how I can get a free Microsoft Excel download? I don't want to use the online. I've got a side business with my cousin who likes to use Dropbox, and I got to have Excel on my computer. And I saw it was like $80 a year. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that.
I don't know about
I don't think there's a free one. You can probably can you use Google Docs?
He's dead set against using the Google Suite, which is what I love.
Yeah.
But and we've already done a ton of work on it. I just didn't know if ERA had a discount, or if anybody knows of a discount that I could get and have it not be an annual fee, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. Check. Check in the select services section, John. I don't know if there's maybe like a discount in there.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah, it might be worth trying. So okay, so saleability rating. So again, what I was going to say before I lost that and had to find it again. So really with really any tool that you take with you to meet with a client or use, your folks. So just know like, hey, my client's not going to want to see this one. This wouldn't help me. So it's not like you have to use every single tool. But I'm going to show you them, kind of talk about them. And then you see if it's right for a certain client or some value to you. So just kind of know that as we're talking about these. So this saleability rating sheet is actually pretty simple. There's a calculation built in, and what it's going to do is sort of, ask, so you can see, let me scroll down a little bit so you guys can make sure you see. So there are 18 questions. And, obviously each one of them is ranked, anywhere from 0 to 3 and 5. So what you're going to do is just go down through this, and what it's going to calculate at the end is what's the likelihood the house is going to sell. And again, it doesn't mean, doesn't mean anything other than, man, if we changed this one thing, we'd be more likely to sell. So I'm not going to go through each one, but you'll see the home protection plan. So if we weren't going to do one, obviously I would put 0 in there. I'll quick go through and just put some numbers. So we're not going to own or assist, but hey, we're open up for any mortgage. So this one will be 2. Terms of listing, we're going to do at least 180. So that's a 6-month listing. Percent above expected price. So, obviously this is going to be one that you're going to have a conversation with, but let's just say we're very close and we're going to be a 2. So, as you go down through this, it's going to get to the end, and it's going to, sort of plop a number on it. And then sort of say, hey, look, you're highly likely to sell. You could change a few of these things, or talk about changing a few of these things to be able to be more saleable. So that's exactly that's really all this is. So if you download this and just kind of are familiar with it, you could take a paper copy, or you could, kind of do it in front of them live in on a laptop or a tablet, and just be able to, again, maybe be able to talk about a few things. So, maybe you would add a protection plan. Maybe you do a little work about property condition and take it from good to excellent. You can't do anything about average days on market, competition in the area. But maybe you can do competition in the area if you're priced better. So and maybe they're like, we don't want a yard sign, period. We don't want one. Well, it might not seem like much, but having a yard sign out front makes it more saleable. More people are going to see it. So just kind of think about that. But when you get down to the end, if it's not a great number, then you have a chance to go have a conversation with your clients about potentially changing a few of these again to make it more saleable.
Wayne, can we edit? Looks like we can edit. Can we edit the numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't think. Well, I mean, I guess you could.
We could recreate our own.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to, so obviously this Gold Star property, that's maybe that's a what we would consider I mean, that program sort of still exists, but a Gold Star property is just a property similar to a distinctive property. But it's not necessarily just a high priced property. So a Gold Star property would be a property that, that you took some time to stage, that you're taking professional pictures. So, things like that. So, so you technically can change it. Especially if you kind of have a few set things that, that you truly like staging, it could be staging instead of Gold Star property, just to kind of push that out there.
I just don't think anybody else uses this, and I think it's great. I think it should be printed and in our listing presentation and printed and sat in front of the owners. If they don't want to go over it, then leave it with them.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely, again, it's just I'm gonna just quick do this to come up with a number here.
I forgot all about it. I mean, it's great.
Yeah. So if you, the calculations kind of, there, but if you were to change, so I just threw in numbers, and when I got to the end, it said total points for saleability, 25, good position to sell, 80% chance to sell. So, I mean, look, I've done this before, and, it ends up as a 20, and the percent goes, it's like in the 50s. So you're like, man, and again, I know that, maybe in today's market, there's still some homes out there that are going to sell in the next week, whether I have a 20 or 25 here. But again, taking this with you, even having the option to talk to a client with, using this, they are going to, first of all, like John said, they're going to say, well, I've never seen this before. They're going to be, whether they want to look at it or even think about it at the time, they will be, they will go, hey, look, that was pretty cool that John brought that, form and just wanted to make sure that we were in the best position to sell. And again, you just go up here and, maybe if you just want to creep up a little bit and you just change, a couple of these or get them to do something, let's be a Gold Star property, and then just see if it changes our position to sell. So love that it's digital, so it's kind of made to be digital, but if worst case, if you can do in the instructions, it will tell you what the breakdown is. So, of when it gets to, when it's a bad position, when it's a good position, when it's a great position. So, you could have that and do it sort of on paper with a client if you wanted to do that, but it's obviously sort of set up to be digital. So that's the saleability rating chart. Any questions on that? I'm gonna just quick switch to. All right, let me stop sharing and let me just switch over and we'll take a peek at the pricing analysis grid now. Let me make sure that that comes up.
Hey, Wayne, it's Greg. I have a workaround for John if you want to hear it.
Oh,
John, you said that your partner doesn't want to use Google Docs, but you can download that as the Excel file from ERA, put it into Google Docs, and Google Docs will let you save it as a CSV, which you should be able to open in your older version of Excel if that's what you've got.
okay. Cool.
Just to work around that. It's a little clunky, but it works.
Yeah, no, thanks, Greg. So next one is the pricing and pricing analysis grid. So honestly, you know, if you're, well, if you're either worried or you know, are having an issue with pricing, this is sort of set up to help with that. So I'm going to quick fill in some info here. Oh, you know what? Let me enable editing. My sharing techniques are struggling today. Okay, so pricing analysis grid. So what this is going to do is you're going to, you know, you're going to kind of put your CMA info. So you're going to look at 123 Main Street. You know, you've done the homework. It should be, you know, 300,000. What you're going to actually do is you'll see there are 3 topics here, or 3 categories: recently sold, for sale, and did not sell. So again, I'm going to literally just put in. So again, very simple here, not, you know, I'm going to say that we're right around 300. So I'm just going to put in 2 properties for, you know, let's just say, well, you know what, I might do, let's do 3. Okay, so those are the 3 properties that recently sold. And again, right from the MLS, like literally, you know, accurate homes for similar to yours. Now I'm going to do what is for sale. And again, where we should be is 300. So I'm going to just, let's say, you know, we're close to, you know, let's do something a little bit lower. Okay, so there are the 3 homes that are for sale right now. So that's our competition, and we should be right in that mix. Well, you know, thinking did not sell, you know, one of the what's one of the main reasons a home did not sell, you know, obviously could be condition, but it also could be price. So let's just kind of to show the example here. You know, let's say that these have an issue with price. So 325, let's just say 330. And, you know, let's even just say 315. So that's it. That's my CMA. I just kind of threw it into this Excel spreadsheet. Now, when I scroll down to the graph, this is what you see. So sold range, for sale, and then did not sell. In what I've done with this is I've literally taken this in there. And if they say we want to be at 325, we want to be at 350, you know, if we want to be at some number other than around 300 to where it should be, you could literally just kind of put this in front of them and quick explain it. Like, we see this area right here is where we should be, and you want to be over here. So you kind of put it down and go, where do you guys want to list? And I've literally just pushed this across the table and said, put an X where you guys want to be. And I've, you know, some of them go, hey, I still want to try it, of course. but I get I've gotten an X like right here, or maybe like right on the edge. Like they'll literally just put an X and I go, okay, that's right in the range. So again, just another tool that, it shows that you're taking this a step further. You've done your homework. Obviously, instead of me just, sending them stuff or giving them sheets of paper, this is a great visual for them to see, and sort of, or hopefully if pricing is an issue or they want to try something, hopefully it's a trigger for them to, to maybe be a little bit more realistic. So pretty simple, obviously, filling it in more, but, addresses, you could, if you send this, electronically, if you wanted to, you could put the link for that listing in the, in there. But, the main idea is, they've probably seen a CMA or you have a CMA with these properties in it. But this is just an additional piece that, obviously besides, the homework when you're actually doing it anyway, take you 10 minutes to throw the data on this, so that you can, kind of get this visual. This is the trigger one right here. Anybody have any questions on this one? Again, super, it's not like you're gonna have to learn it or anything. It's just a matter of, like John said, knowing it's here, knowing it's there for you. You download it. You don't have to log into Leverage every time you want to grab it. Once you download it, you have it. So, it'll always be on, whatever you download or wherever you download it, for you to have access to it. Even that, obviously if you have your tablet or computer with you, and you just think of it last minute, you can still any of these tools will still, be available for you. All right. So let me quick do the absorption rate calculator is our next one. I'm gonna have it up and ready before I start sharing so that I don't keep losing it. Okay, so again, this one, same thing, so simple to use, just got to know it's here. So obviously prepared for address, prepared by. So current estimated price for your home. So what an absorption rate calculator is based on what's sold in the market, based on what's available on the market today, how long could it, again, every house is different, but how long could it take to sell your home? And that's what this is going to actually do, because, and you'll see it calculate in just a second and you'll be like, oh, I get it. So I'm just going to say, again, keeping it simple, our estimated sales price. So I just put in 300,000 and I'm going to hit tab. And it threw in a 10% above or because typically that's the market. So if someone says, someone will, if they're looking at 270, they'll look at 300. If they're looking at 330, they'll still look at a 300 house. And now again, you are going to the MLS, and there are two questions you have to figure out. Number of houses for sale in this price range. Literally just go to the MLS and go 270 to 330. And I'm just going to say, let's say there's 5. And then number of houses sold in that price range, go to the MLS, pull that up, and let's just say 10, 10 sold. So, and again, whatever those numbers are. And now as soon as I hit tab here, everything calculates. There are 5 houses for sale. The average number of houses that sell per month is 2. that means it's a 3-month supply. So probability your home will sell in 1 month, 33%, 3 months, and then the numbers calculate. So, and then again, this is just another tool. Hey, look, I gotta, you again, your client, that house, if you're gonna list it tomorrow and man, there's gonna be like 5 people still looking for this type of home, then this doesn't, this may not be as effective. But hey, look, if you're one of 5 homes that somebody could walk in and go, well, I don't care which one I get. They're all great. They're all in the same type of neighborhood. Then this can help you with a client, maybe even with price. So if your home is not in the top 33% of the market terms of price and condition, it will not sell quickly. So if you don't have the perfect $300,000 house, if there's something happening with it, if the location isn't perfect, if the condition isn't perfect, if it's a $280,000 house that you're asking 300, and there are 5 $280,000 houses that are great, that's what we're kind of looking at that point. So, so I could literally come up here, and go, well, if we were at 290 or 280, there are only 3 homes for sale. Like you could literally change this to, if you need to sell in a month like that, like you got to be out of here, you got to do whatever. And we said, well, there's only 3 at, in the 280 price range. And still 10 sold in that price range. Your house can be in the top 56%, so you got a 56% chance of selling in a month. So again, it gives you an option to have a conversation with a client about, man, this is true. Like, these numbers don't lie. It doesn't mean your home isn't going to sell or won't sell, but we better be one of the best $300,000 houses on the market. And if we're not, these numbers will, they'll stand true, because, someone's going to see enough, there's enough out there right now, in 3 other $300,000 houses, that could trigger someone to go in a different direction. So you don't need to know how to do it. All you need to do is know, hey, where is, the potential listing, where is it, where should it be, or where do they want to be? You could do this twice, where it should be and where they want it to be. If you did it twice real quick and just pulled these 2 numbers from the MLS, you can calculate that out and take both of them with you and go, well, it's up to you, but this is my, again, part of my data. So, I love them. I think they're great for helping you stand apart, a huge value prop for yourself to kind of go in with some extra ammo. Even if you're agreeing on price, you can still, do these tools, and just show that, that you're prepared and know the market. I've had folks say, like, wow, like they act like I figured this out myself and it took me forever to do. It's like, yeah, it took me 5 minutes in the MLS and then, just 5 minutes to put it in this spreadsheet, but they see it as a huge value to them, in that you took the time to do it. So any questions on this one, the absorption rate calculator? All right, we have one more that I want to show you. And honestly, if you have someone that is, just wavering a little bit about listing or the time frame that you want to list, or just any sort of wavering whatsoever, as far as sort of signing a contract, This next one will be a perfect tool that you have the ability to throw out in front of them. So let me share this one. We will go through. So this is the commitment to service. So if you guys have not seen this, please go download it, print it out. This is one that you do not need it digital. I have pulled this out right in front of a client and said, well, what if we fill this out and got them to sign, or left it with them and said, think about it, but I'm willing to sign this. So, it takes away any of their fear of like, well, what if you don't do your job? Like that's a legitimate fear with clients, especially, of course, listing clients. Like, what if you don't do your job? What if my house looks like crap, with photos and you don't do the marketing? Like, what, I'm stuck in a contract for 6 months. So what this is, obviously for an address, and I'm not going to read every line, but if you guys just print this out and check it out, it is basically saying, this is what I agree to do. And you'll see, at least, a number of photos. So I'm going to take at least 30 photos. And they're going to be available within, 2 business days. How are you going to contact this client? Like, how many times? So, obviously we hear a lot, hey, they came, they signed the paperwork, put the sign in the yard, and I didn't hear from them for, a week or 2 or 3, or, it went a month without me here because there weren't showings, or, who knows? How many times are you going to touch base with them with a progress report? So once a week, you are going to hear from me, or whatever, whatever they want. If they want to hear from you every other day, put it in here. If you're on the market for a longer period of time, review your competitive market strategy. So, maybe every 30 days. So if you are on the market in 30 days, hey, I'm gonna do a new CMA for you. And are we still priced right? Should we be priced lower? Whatever. And then just, then the rest of it. So there are 9 things that we're basically going to agree on. In the second piece to this is, here's the commitment to service. So the 9 things are what what we agree on, me and the client, we agreed on that. Now the commitment to service is I'm actually going to do it. And if I don't do something, I have 3 days to fix it, 1 day to fix it, a certain number of time, to fix what I didn't do up here. If the photos were late by a day, if, whatever, if I forgot to do this competitive market strategy and we're still on the market, man, I got 2 days to do it, or they can cancel the contract with no penalty. So, basically, like, hey, if I don't do my job, of course, we're going to do the job, but if I don't do it, you can fire me. And man, their eyes light up. I can fire, so, obviously you don't want that to happen. So, we're going to do our job. But a great piece to say, and then the owner signs it, and, you'll sign it, and then Jeremy signs it, and Jeremy's backing it up. Like, yeah, if John doesn't do his job and he doesn't correct it in 1 day or 2 days, whatever that is, you can fire him. And then the idea is that, they're out of the contract, period. So again, this is a great one to personally, you could use it every single time, and just, it can be just a part of your, just your resume and your value prop. But certainly if you have, that one client that's just hesitant, and we've all walked in and they said, oh, gee, can we do a 2-month listing instead of 6, or can we do a 3, and their idea is, man, if you don't do your job, I'm stuck with you for 6 months, or I gotta battle to get out or try to get out. No, this form right here, will put their mind at ease, and you don't do your job, they fire you. So that is, I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna turn my video on. Just want to check, anybody have any questions? Hopefully, you saw some value in those 4 tools. So just as a recap as to kind of why this is the tool of the month is, I don't know when it was, John, maybe a month ago, probably it was in November at some point. John, Jessica Bush, and Denise from our Columbus office were on a panel all talking about working with sellers and being creative and things. And really all 3 of them were talking about one of these tools at some point. So, then we had a bunch of people asking questions like, man, what is that? Pricing analysis grid, or, what is that? So, so that is why. So there is I think there's a recording of that panel, which was awesome. So you could always rewatch that and then use these tools accordingly as well. So, but just gonna stop there. Anybody have any questions? Any thoughts on the 4 tools?
Hey, Wayne, can you share what did I ask you to share the other day? It was a great training or something. Well, if you think of it, email us.
Yeah, I'll go back through my text.
What the heck was it? Oh, it was Simply Move.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure you taped that. I think
Yeah,
that's
I actually
fantastic.
I have a Simply Home from yesterday that I had the creator and president of Simply Home on. So it was awesome. So
Okay.
So I'll send that one out this afternoon. And hopefully you got, it was half an hour. So
Yeah.
nice and short. So I'll send that one out and you guys can all watch that.
One thing for the group really quick, I have at my house tonight 30 couples for a client appreciation event, and 30 have committed to come. And God, I can't recommend it more because it just reconnects you. Even if they don't show up, I've been texting and reaching out to them and talking to them and checking in, and can't recommend it more. Especially, gosh, I look at Dan Dunlap. You guys have that unbelievable office up there in Montgomery, but you could have it at your office if you didn't want to have it at your house. But can't recommend it more, peeps. It's really been awesome just touching base with everybody.
No, that's awesome. I agree. That's a great idea. So, and it doesn't have to cost a fortune either. So, it's just a matter of, doing it. So that's awesome, John. Have fun.
Cool. Thanks, Wayne.
All right. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys. This is recorded, so I will, I'll send it out this afternoon also with the Simply Home from, I think it was yesterday that we did that one. So, that will be coming out as well. So if you guys ever have any questions, let me know. Take care.
Thank you very much, Wayne.
No, you're welcome, Victor. Take care.